Napalitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. Scott Ritter joins us now. Scott, always a pleasure, my dear friend. Thank you for coming back to the show. So this week we all witnessed, and the week is only half over, President Biden and President Zelensky acting as we would expect them to act at the UN. Is this these shows that they put on likely to have any effect on the war, or is this just sort of international theater?
Well, it's not even international theater. This is theater for a domestic American audience. This is the preliminary act before Zelensky goes to Washington, D.C., where he's going to attempt to get Congress to continue funding this failed effort in Ukraine. When he spoke before the United Nations Security Council, I don't know if you saw the audience. There was nobody in the audience. Nobody cares.
I did see that. There was nobody there.
Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares. Look, Poland is walking away. Poland calls Ukraine a drowning victim. And they said, you have to be careful. You can't save a drowning victim. They'll drown you too. The best thing to do is to get away from them. Poland is distancing themselves from this. Germany not talking about ridiculous terms of negotiation that Russia has to retreat from terror. Germany's now saying this war can't be won. And in order to prevent NATO from being compelled to confront a victorious Russia, we need to start recognizing certain realities, like Russia's going to have this territory and Ukraine's never going to be a member of NATO. This is the fact. Europe has woken up to the absolute reality that Ukraine has lost this conflict, cannot win this conflict, and the consequences of seeking to continue this conflict under these existing circumstances will be disastrous. It's only the United States, or should I say the Biden administration, that continues to hold on to these this fantasy.
If Europe has awakened to the reality of Russian victory and Ukraine defeat, is it still sending arms or promising to send arms and other support to Ukraine?
Well, they are. I mean, but let's talk about some of the arms that are being sent right now. The Nordic countries, Denmark, etc., have just sent a shipment of old Leopard 1 tanks. These are the really old tanks. And Ukraine, who's in desperate need of this equipment, has sent, I believe, at least 10 of them back saying, they don't work. This is garbage. This is junk. The fact is, what Europe is providing Ukraine isn't going to help Ukraine win. This isn't new modern equipment. This is just going through the motions of being seen as supporting Ukraine when everybody knows that this is a failed effort. Ukraine is a failed state with an army that can't prevail on the battlefield.
How about Germany? Are they still sending Leopard tanks?
Germany is sending old refurbished Leopard tanks. But again, these tanks have proven that they have no meaningful impact on the battlefield. One weapon that Germany could provide that wouldn't turn the tables, but would give Russia some headaches is the Taurus air-launched cruise missile. It is a modern weapon, and it would take some time for Russia to adapt to the inclusion of this weapon. And Ukraine is putting a lot of pressure on Germany to provide that weapon. But I think there's a growing recognition in Germany that this would be needlessly escalatory. It wouldn't change the final outcome, and it could put Germany and NATO at risk of causing a Russian response that nobody wants.